Okay boys, it is the 12th of April and we have a new patch. Gotta read through the entire thing this time. Think people would like that. Okay, a new dungeon. Also, I haven't really read anything beyond just what I've heard in my group chats. So we have a new dungeon. It's actually an old dungeon that's been revamped. It is the Door 666 in Darkpawra. Originally, you would have to clear 6 doors of any type, and then you would get a free chance to go into Abaddon and kill him. It was just like a little bonus. It looks like they've completely reworked it into its own unique run. Full party strongly recommended. Okay, loud and clear. Entry to door 666 now requires 1 abyss charged key. We have got a few of those. They used to only be a drop in distortion floor. They didn't have a use for a long time. It was a major complaint, and it was also a mistake by the dev team adding that to a drop table without giving it a use. It's been there from the start of this server, and it seems like... I thought they already gave it a use, but it seems like they're only just now getting around to it. So you can charge it up by mixing it with underground suns. Let me check how many you need, because I do have one. Oh shit, the server's about to restart in 2 minutes. That's no good. Can we get it in time? 500 underground suns, not too bad. Oh, okay, yeah, they did allow you to turn it into an abyss key by mixing it with mag presses. Okay, that must have already been here. Now this is the new mix recipe to make the entry cost to the new run. So I wonder if they've added this as a drop to anywhere else, or if this is just a massive buff to distortion. Maybe it'll be in the patch notes, or maybe they're keeping it a secret, I don't know. Only 1 key is consumed per party, and only 1 person needs the key. And you only have a 15-minute timer to defeat Abaddon. All members get a debuff that reduces defense, drains HP, and increases in power over time. Oh, nice. So, the number of doors you have stacked up before you enter the run lowers the starting level of the debuff. That's a cool way to incorporate the door clears that used to be involved. It's also nice that you can just completely ignore it if you're powerful enough to just keep farming it out. Devouring sigils are the reward, appears to be a new currency, exchanged for various items, demon skills and PGs at the Black Frost in Darkpawra. Let's go take a look at that shop now. Here it is, it must be this, the Door 666 exchange. Exchange for plugins and items. You got plugin Abaddon, obviously. Looks like it drops as an item plugin from the boss. Got Beatrice and Jaeger Lance. 2 new weapons. Requires 250 devouring sigil currency each. First one is a shotgun with spread affinity. S2 is nothing special. S1... Oh shit! Is that Iapetus? From the reserver? It might be. It's one of my favorite weapons that reintroduced, but New Moon just deleted that item. It was like a spear that you put on your ult, and it gives you just limit break cap and power and stuff to all party members. This might be a copy of that ability, or at least it's very similar. And that's cool, because I love that weapon. Especially because I tend to bring my ult to every run I do, so it's nice to just let them power you up. And the Jaeger Lance is an almighty spear. Oh, this is looking good. Very high stats, very high support stat. 40% almighty boost, and 5% limit break chance. That's a crazy S2. S3 is pretty crazy too. 5% final crit, 10% limit break chance, 100% close range spell damage, and limit break power is at 30%. Let's check out the S1. So it's the same as a massive weapon for this top part. When using rush-based skills only, you get plus 2500 limit break cap. Okay. Is this a rush weapon? Yeah, this might be intended for rush classes. Demolition dash. Okay, let's see what the rest of the shop has to offer. Demon skills. Murderous Secret 4. Didn't Reimagine have that? Yeah, I think they did have that. Oh, it might have been that it was only for demons and you couldn't digi into it. Not sure if this one has the same restrictions, but I am seeing here partner? But Murderous Secret is already for the demon. What the hell is this? Let me go check TMG, see what they've done over there. Okay, these are all the same. Oh, hold on. Is this intended to be for demon users that are digiing into a demon that has this, so that their digi-demon is then giving it to their summon demon? That could be what is happening here, yeah. Yeah, I think that is the intent. Anyway, that's a massive change, no matter how it works. Massive for demon users. Okay, what PGs has he got? Oh, a bunch of them? What is this? Go PG? One like God? Is that must be Abaddon? Oh no, Michael. Michael PG. Oh, they're very expensive. How many congratulation cards does Abaddon drop? Because I think he normally drops 2. Because if they haven't really changed the amount of congratulations cards you can get per hour, this is insanely expensive. Oh, we have tons in the Chaos. Oh, this just seems to be all the plugin demons. You know what, this might just be all the things that were originally in Secret Room. They did have a bunch of PGs in there that they removed back in the retimes. This might just be a way of bringing them all back. They said you can get 1k expertise cap increase, one-time purchase for 250 sigils. Interesting. And also anyone that defeats Abaddon gets a title. That's the first time they've ever given out a title from defeating a boss. As for Abaddon himself, let's see what he is like. That's one hell of a trifusion. Pazuzu, Alseal, and Belphegor. I don't know what you need for Belphegor, but I assume it's very hard stuff. And Alseal requires a Michael. Michael is one of the hardest demons to obtain in this game. And if I had to take a guess how many people own the Michael plugin and the Alseal plugin and the Belphegor plugin right now on the server, it's probably in single digits. Although I imagine a lot of people do own Alseal and Belphegor, and they may just have to get a Michael through a PG if they want to fuse this guy up. So the Demon Force effect for the plugin is 30% Almighty Affinity cap, plus 500 LB cap to attack skills. It's nice for everyone's Colo Demon. And the Abaddon Crystal, the Soulstone effect is for the bottom slot, for the player and demon partner. Almighty damage plus 6%. Attack-based limit break cap increased based on how much close range stat you have. Party lifesteal chance. I haven't actually looked into lifesteal much yet. I know this was released during my break, so haven't actually encountered any skills that give you lifesteal. I don't think it's very important, but yeah, there's a 6% here. Oh, it's a chance and power system, is it? Similar to Pursuit. And the tarot is pretty basic, just for the summoner and the demon, plus 6 strength. Don't think anybody is going to be making many of those. It's very, very difficult to fuse this guy up. The demon himself appears to be a close range damager. Let's check out his features. Of course, he has the minus 100% HP cost, gotta have that. 20% blunt boost, against law enemies only, plus 30% damage, plus 30% limit break power, plus 15% final crit correction, and plus 2500 limit break cap. Okay, that's quite the stacked feature right there. And he has a unique feature, King of the Abyss. Cannot be stolen by Digi. 30% Almighty boost and 50% lifesteal power and chance. And I guess this is also part of it. When using Devour, I guess one of his unique skills, he gains stacks of Avarice, and each stack grants him plus 500 LB cap, a little bit of power, and little bit of physical and magical and Almighty Dull. So if we are to assume that Devour is a spammable ability, as in has a low cooldown and incantation, getting to 10 stacks won't be too difficult. That's a 50% chance to null all damage, as long as you can keep those 10 stacks up. How much LB cap is that going to be? 5k LB cap. Crazy. Has 2 unique skills here. Oh, here's the Devour. How much? Okay, we got a fixed 60-second cooldown, so yeah, it's not spammable. The buff does last for 5 minutes. It means it takes you 10 minutes to reach the full potential, and then you'll be at max potential as long as you use it every 5 minutes. Both of these are almighty attacks. One of them seems to be this is an attack, just like a punch. Doesn't appear to be AoE damage. This is also an attack, like a bite, I guess. Doesn't have AoE as far as I can tell. Is this an attack demon? Yeah, it is, yeah. He is an attack demon. Nice to have another one of those. They're like the only thing you can use in Colo these days. And interestingly, you can move this Photon Edge skill to other demons, so any demon can now have an almighty attack skill. Now this part here is talking about the Abaddon necklace that already exists in the game, but it can now be upgraded to give it better stats. It just has like an AoE almighty attack, I believe, as its equipment skill. We already have a lot of those like Black Sun, although it does gain final crit, so that's a pretty good S3. It's almost on par with like an Abyss item now. I guess that's what they're intending to do with it. And it looks like they buffed Iron Cage of the Underworld, which is a soulstone that already existed, just to buff that almighty AoE skill that I was talking about. Give it some LB damage, oh wait, LB cap and limit break chance. Actually, the limit break chance is for any skill. I think that's the main reason that people go for this Iron Cage of the Underworld. Some soulstone and DT changes, nothing too important there. Just gotta remember I have to update Snow Sheet for all this stuff. And Snow Plan. Oh, I got a lot of work to do. Now they're talking about these two weapons here. Seems to imply that these already existed in the vanilla game, and they have upgrades to them apparently that will be added in future content. And Beatrice was supposed to be for a support bullet build, and Jaeger Lance was a demolition dash, as I suspected. Oh, we have some ashes and dust changes. Rolling Guard, it also heals the user for 5% of the damage dealt. Stiffness is reduced. Oh, and it doesn't give you shields anymore. Huh. Let me go test that out. Rolling Guard, eh? The stiffness, it's hard to tell sometimes, especially with a rush skill. It doesn't really feel any different. But yeah, it's not giving me shields anymore. Maybe it's just because I'm from Australia and I can't really tell due to the ping. But yeah, it doesn't feel any different to me. So instead of giving me shields, it just has 5% lifesteal, I guess. Not even lifesteal, it just heals you for 5%. So they buffed High Noon's LB cap increase, removed stiffness from Gambler's Ruin, so I guess that just means you can just use it without being stopped, although I don't remember ever being stopped while using that. Buffing Hollow Point, which is just a pretty minor damage increase passive. Oh, here we go. Vanishing Act, the one skill I never ever use. It's the one that gives you shields now. So that cost a lot of Magnetite to use, but honestly it makes a lot of sense that this is the one that gives you shields. Yep, 30k mag. You get the 2 shields, and what is Tetraja? Nullifies an offensive expel or death skill. Wouldn't the other shields already do that, or are they excluded from Expel and Death? Moving on to Berserker, Ragnarok got its LB cap increased, some random typos and fixes. Sanguine Contract, a buff to Demon Smile. I assume that's the Smirk skill. Looks like it used to remove your HP regen. Doesn't do that anymore. Sharpshooter seems to be a active skill that used to... Well, actually I don't know what it used to do, but what it does now is lower the stiffness of all magic bullet skills. That's pretty nice. Still haven't looked into the magic bullet skills rework, even though I am a magic bullet on my main. A lot of changes for Vanguard. This is interesting. If you use a rapid or shot based skill under Bulwark, you basically deal no damage because your LB cap is decreased by 30k. I've never looked into Vanguard, so I have no idea what any of this shit means. You can now digi into Megiddo Fire. Didn't even know that you couldn't do that in the first place, but okay. Romantic Hell, which is a spin attack, I think. Got buffed a little bit. 2 new skills for the Wildcat Exchange, Gigantic Fist and Hell Spear. Oh, and new spread skills for the 3 melee-based affinities. Let's go check that out at TMG. This is great because those melee affinities were really bad until now. Now we have an AoE skill that is an attack. It's really nice for Colo. I guess it's these ones. No, wait, sorry. It's not that one. Oh, it's these ones. Slash spread, thrust spread, blunt spread. Looks like they added some new gender swapping item mix recipes. I'm guessing this is Bridal Crimson? Don't know what else it would be. The Yellow Crystal set. Gothic, isn't that a low level DT? Black lacquered navy blue armor. I don't know any of these. Generally I don't know the item names, I only know the DT names. I don't really recognize any of these. Okay, getting to the Abyss Uncharged Key. Its drop rate has been increased from Distortion and has 100% drop rate from killing Satan. This is an interesting one. There's a known issue that the server zombies are caused by Satan, and they're attempting to try and fix that, so we'll see how many zombies we get from now on. They fixed a bug with Athena Prometheus that Reimagine added. Actually not a bug, it's a feature. If you summon out an Athena Prometheus without actually owning the plugin on that character, it would apply a massive debuff to your Prometheus. That's why they call it a paperweight. So basically it becomes unusable. And that was because When Reimagine added this demon, they forgot to prevent it from being able to be double fused without a plugin. So a lot of people just fused one up without owning the plugin, and they used them for probably a month or so before they started turning them into paperweights. Oh, look at this. The very last one. TMG false and true Lucifuge loot was incorrectly locked behind requiring the Grimoire skip. It's not really confirming whether the book is even on the table or not, but I guess I'll shoot off some Lucy runs today and see what we get, I guess. Not that I really need the book anymore now that the loot is available to me without having the book. And that's everything. Pretty big update. When was the last update? About 2 months ago. And the update before that was about 2 months before that, so looks like they're doing a 2-month cadence here. Pretty good, because these are sizable updates. Pretty good for a game with a small dev team of fans. But anyway, let's see what Gomery has to sell us for our Massacadus. A little trade with her. We can buy expertise point increases. She sells a lot of it, but they come to you in stages, so you can pay 150 Massacadus to get 1,000 points. And then it just scales up from there. I think 2,000 points would be the next one, and then she has a 4K. But we won't buy that for now. Let's check out her other items. I think she sells some skills. So we got Clench, a passive skill. Whenever you take a lethal hit, 50% of the time you will survive on 1 HP. And that's just a forever passive. So that's probably the best thing here, to be honest. Just being able to survive 50% of the lethal hits you take. Might as well buy it. It's very cheap as well. Then we have Kinsake. This is a passive that actually guarantees the chance of negotiating with a demon if you have a demon summon that is in their same family. Kind of annoying to use, but it is very nice. Then we have Curse Grudge. This seems to be a Death Rush ability. The Demolition Dash class does not get access to a Death skill through their expertise, so this is the only way to get one. Infinite Light is an interesting one. It's an AoE almighty attack around yourself, but it's actually weaker than a very similar skill that you get from an equipment item. This is more of a budget version, although it's hard to say that when it costs 500 Massacadus. Then we have the cannon skills, just very long range. I think it got a slight AoE, elemental shot. Then we have what was the Scander passive, but is now an unlimited orb speed. You just put that on your bar, you just double click it, and then you have orb speed. It never goes away. So you don't have to buy it in the comp shop anymore. Defiled Sword is a death attack. It's an interesting one. I guess she just has a death skill in every single action type, because here's a death rapid. Death is blocked or nulled by most bosses, so I really don't see a reason to buy any of these. Passive skill increases long range by 30, and limit break cap of my rapid skill that I do use often, and it also increases the limit break cap of all the main rapid skills, so I think this is something I'm going to need to buy. It costs 300 Massacadus. It's just like a damage amp. Yeah, we'll put that on a list to buy. This is another rapid based skill. It's another passive that increases rapid damage by 25%, TA power for 10%, pursuit power for 10%, and only while using 13 shots to hell and curtain call, plus 1,000 limit break cap and 10% power. Interesting that they made 2 different rapid passives that you need to buy. So that's a total of 800 Massacadus so far. Partner Sympathy 1 is a passive that just gives your demon LB cap if they are at max friendship. And the number 2 is just gives them a little bit of damage based on their Matama that you use to fuse with them. Oh, and LB cap. Oh no, it is just LB cap, no damage here. Precision. Long range damage is increased by 50%. Skills in the shot expertise and magic bullet have their cap increased. So that's the magic bullet one, I guess. Rapid gets 2, magic bullet gets 1. DU got 2. And there's actually another Gomery for the Suganami Diaspora that has a completely different shop, so I guess we'll go take a look at that if this one doesn't have anything else to show us. The comp expansion is just 1 extra demon can be stored in your comp, and plugin would be the boss of the run that you're at, so in this case it will be Metatron, and that cost 500 Massacadus. Let's go head down to Suganami and take a look at her shop. Heatwave is a weapon-based spin. Sounds like it should be fire type, but okay. Tentarafu, a mind shot. Charisma increases your negotiation rate, just a flat bump. Purified Trigger is an expel for rapid. similarly to Death, Expel is also nulled by most bosses just because Expel and Death have a high chance to inflict instant death, and they didn't want the bosses to just instantly die. Secrets of Fusion just gives you plus 5% to your double fusion success chance. Not so important because you can get that gear set that I mentioned that just gives you plus 30 straight off the bat. It's very cheap. A skill just called Spear. It is a Penetrate Rush. Bloodsucker is a mystic attack, and it looks like it does increase your HP by how much damage you deal, or maybe your MP. It's kind of hard to tell with the Japanese. Mega Strike is a Mind Rush. Nervous Edge is a Nerve Spin. I should have mentioned, these are all skills to your player. They don't go onto your demon. Like, this is the only place where you can unlock skills for your player. Thread of the Forest is a Penetrate Shot. We have the Unlimited Thread, which used to be Demon Scander. Ruthless Sword is an Expel attack. Then we have an Expel Rush. Hasso Happer. A lot of spin classes like to grab this because it's an almighty spin. I think it's pretty key to their build, so a lot of them like to sit in Diaspora for a long time to get this. Grand Duelist, a passive, increases close range by 30 and limit break cap for, I believe these are the attack expertise skills. So there's your attack passive. Zenith Blade, looks like a direct copy of that rapid one we read out before, except it's for attack builds. Destruction Magic Mastery, spell damage increased by 10% for destruction magic skills, essence and magic skills, and infinite light, plus 10% LB power and 1k cap. And just a bunch of affinity boost. True Essence. I'm guessing these are both almighty affinity spell attacks, just have their LB cap increased. And Lionheart will be 50% boost to rush and spin, plus 50% LB power to it as well, and a bit of LB cap. So yeah, it looks like every build has something they need to buy in here now. Rapid having 2 for some reason. And the plugin that you can get here is Astaroth, the boss of Suganami Diaspora. And there is Foul Digi level 7. Just went and smashed it out, and I have a good reason to do so. I was looking at the drops that the 2 Diasporas give. The Purple Crystal set is interesting. The one that's most intriguing is this Triangular Avatar DT. I actually didn't have it on Snowsheet, I had to add it in. So it's now in the New Moon Assorted tab. And apparently, this is just a better set than what I'm currently using, which is Grid. It has more final crit, and that's really what I'm looking for in a top set. This has 20% final crit, and on top of that, 10% TA chance and 50% TA power. And also that all skill stack could be nice. That lets you just use a skill again for free without waiting for incantation or cooldown. So I would like to go for this, but unfortunately it's only in Suganami Diaspora, and the one we did was Shinagawa. Not sure why they made the 2 drop tables differently. Even the value pack only drops in Suganami Diaspora. I wonder if they know about this. Kind of sounds like a bug. Or maybe the idea was that Shinagawa is such a popular run, they just wanted to make Suganami more worthwhile doing. But tying this back to DigiFoul, unfortunately, the boss of Sugi Diaspora is reflecting 100% electric, so I can't actually use electric on him. So I'm going to have to make another Digidemon, maybe for fire, and it won't be as intense as the first one I made. Probably just going to put like the 40% fire final crit. That should be enough to get that boss down. I'm just going to use this Spectre that I already have, because it's already Matamid, so it's ready to go. And that's the reason why I need to get to D level 7, so I can steal that passive. And obviously just having Spectre as your Digidemon means you're immune to all magic. That's nice to have, and it's a requirement from certain runs that we'll probably be getting into eventually. So I just wanted to hop in here and give you guys a heads up. I'm going to be ending this series in the next few episodes. It's a mixture of burnout from the game and in real life getting a lot more busy. My main reason for starting this series was to inspire all you guys to make your own content, because this game has so much potential and we have like no YouTube presence. At the end of the final episode, I'm gonna make a little section where I shout out all the New Moon YouTube creators that I could find. Got a few of them so far, so if you have New Moon videos on your channel, just leave me a comment and you'll probably make it into the video. So yeah, we got a few more things to do on Plateless and then I'll end it there. And I say end, but I could see myself returning to this series at some point. So season 2, eventually, maybe? Don't hold your breath, but it's in the cards.